Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Telecast-tv. You're watching the collation of results at the world level, where the POs and the APOs and the people are counting the election result. From observation of the people within the state, Abuja, they said the ADC is leading in all various wards, whereby the APC is coming with a little vote. Now, is the ADC going to win this election, or the election will be rigged? Because there have been videos that have been surfacing where some APC members and other party members are trying to buy votes. Some people are selling their votes to get money. Endeavor to drop your comment about this. Share your thoughts. Endeavor to subscribe. Don't miss the video.
It's still valid.
Yes.
ADC invalid.
It's valid. It's valid. It's valid. No, more is in. More is on the other side now. Please, sir. Yes, valid. One house. Valid. There's one house.
ADC is currently trashing APC in the Amac election. The results are trickling in and the ruling party is not smiling. In polling unit after polling unit across Gwarimpa, one of Abuja's most populous and politically significant wards, ADC is winning convincingly, and the numbers on INEC official result sheet are not lying. At Sitek Mboro Estate, ADC crushed APC 29 votes to 4. At Mbora City Gate, it was ADC 32, APC 10. ADC is also in early lead in Kubuatu, Buhari area. ADC got 60 votes to APC 40 votes. In Trademore, APC cleared it with 139 to APC 26. In Trademore, ADC cleared it with 139 to APC 26. Several other results show that ADC is winning in Abuja Municipal Council area. The INEC result portal, the IREF, is currently experiencing a glitch. Results uploaded can be viewed on the IREF. The IREF was built on promise. The promise was simple. Every Nigerian, whether in Abuja or Abeokuta, whether powerful or powerless, will be able to sit with a phone or laptop and watch results coming from polling units across the country in real time. No middleman, no manipulation, just raw, unfiltered numbers uploaded directly from the field. But while the election is taking place in Abuja, that promise is reportedly being broken. The Obedient Movement, one of Nigeria's most organized civil society and political advocacy group, has sounded a formal alarm. According to alert issued from its headquarters, information reaching the group confirmed the IREF portal is active, meaning it is switched on and accessible, but it is not displaying results that were reportedly uploaded successfully from various polling units across the FCT. In plain terms, the results are going in, but the public cannot see them. The portal is open, but the window is blacked out. This is not a small technical hiccup. This is the kind of malfunction that, if not quickly and transparently explained, has the power to unravel public trust in an entire electoral process. Nigerians have seen this movie before. They remember 2023, They remember the promises and the porter and the silence that followed when things stopped working as advertised. The trauma is still fresh, and today's reported IRF glitch is reopening wounds that never fully healed. As of the time of making this video, INEC had issued no official statement acknowledging the reported problem, offering no explanation, and providing no timeline for resolution. That silence is doing damage. In the absence of official communication, rumor fills the vacuum, and rumor in an already tense election day is a dangerous thing. The obedience movement has responded by calling on its supporters and all Nigerians who care about electoral integrity to proceed peacefully to the INEC coalition centers at Area 10 and Karu. It has urged everyone with physical copies of polling unit results to bring them along for cross-referencing during the collation process. The message from the group is firm but measured. Be present, be vigilant, be peaceful, and do not let the process happen without weaknesses. What happened at these coalition centers in the coming hours could define whether today's election is remembered as a turning point or another tragedy. To understand why today's FCT Area Council election feels different from every other council election that has come before it, you have to go back to the days leading up to the voting day and ask a simple question. Why would anyone impose a movement restriction on election day in a democracy? That is exactly what happened in Abuja. For the first time, Nyesom, the FCT Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, announced a movement restriction that effectively amounted to a curfew across part of the capital on the day Abuja residents were supposed to freely exercise their constitutional right to vote. The directive, dressed up in the language of security and order, landed on the public like a thunderclap. Think about what a movement restriction on election day actually does in practice. It does not affect the powerful. Politicians, ministers, their aides, their security details, their party agents, they all move freely regardless of what any directive says. The people who are stopped, delayed, confused, or simply intimidated into staying home are ordinary citizens. The timing was too convenient to be accidental. The FCT minister, a man who has made no secret of his loyalty to the APC and his personal investment in the outcome of this election, issued a directive that had a practical effect of keeping people away from polling units in a city where opposition support has been visibly growing. Whether or not that was the stated intention, it was the predictable consequence. A political actors of Wike experience do not issue directive without understanding their consequences. Dr. Moses Paul, the ADC candidate for the Amac chairmanship, was direct about it. He said the movement restriction created confusion that contributed to the low voter turnout recorded across part of the council. He said he had lived in Amac for approximately 4 decades and had never in all those years witnessed anything like what he saw on Saturday morning. He described the atmosphere as resembling a state of emergency, a phrase that carries enormous weight in a country that has lived through actual state of emergency and knows what government-imposed restriction of movement feels like on the ground. But here is what makes Saturday's story remarkable, and what the APC and Wike did not fully account for. The people came out anyway. Not in the numbers that a free and unencumbered election would have produced. The turnout was undeniably low, a wound inflicted by the restriction and the confusion it generated. But those who made it to their polling units, those who refused to be scared away or confused into staying home, those who walked past the uncertainty and stood in line and waited for their turn to vote, they voted against the APC in numbers that are now showing up on result sheet and telling a story the establishment did not want told. This is not just a political result, that is an act of defiance, and it deserves to be recognized as one. Here is what makes the APC behavior in lead up to this election so revealing. They control everything. They control the federal government. Their man is the president of Nigeria. Their party controls the National Assembly. Their loyalists sit at the Minister of FCT with sweeping powers over Abuja administration, security and infrastructure. In a straight, free and fair contest, a party with all of those advantages should walk into any election in the Federal Capital Territory with confidence. They should not need to impose movement restriction. They should not need their minister physically inspecting polling units. They should not need to threaten opposition agents in the dead of night. The fact that they apparently felt they needed all of those things says something profound about the state of their support in Abuja. It says that somewhere in the private meetings and internal assessment of APC campaign structure, someone looked at the numbers and panicked. Someone concluded that without intervention, without pressure, without the machinery of state power bearing down on this election, they might actually lose. That panic is what today's election looks like from the outside. A party with every institutional advantage behaving as though it is fighting for its life in a local government election, because on some level, it understands that it is. Reports emerging from multiple wards across Amac paint a picture of systematic pressure applied to opposition structures. ADC agents in Takumshara and part of Kabusa ward, including areas like Dogungada and Shereti, were threatened and told in explicit terms that they will face physical harm if they did not stand down. These are not vague allegations. These are specific locations, specific threats, specific act of intimidation directed at people whose only job was to sit at the table and make sure the votes were counted honestly. Some agents were told they will be maimed, others were told they will be killed. Let us sink in for a moment. In the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria, in the city that hosts every institution of government and law, people receive death threats for the crime of representing a political party at a polling unit during a constitutionally mandated election. Then there is a matter of Nyesom Wike, and it is a matter that deserves to be examined with great care and without any pretense that what was observed on Saturday is normal or acceptable. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, a man whose energy, ambition, and appetite for political control are the stuff of national legend, was out and about on Saturday inspecting polling units across Abuja. He moved through the city with the purposeful momentum of someone who considered this election deeply personal. He visited polling units, he spoke to people, he made his presence felt in a way that only Wike can, loudly visible and with an unmistakable air of authority. There is one fundamental problem with all of this. Nyesom Wike is not a registered voter in Abuja. He is a registered voter in Rivers State, where he was born, where he built his political career, and where he served as governor for 8 consequential and controversial years. Under Nigerian electoral laws and the regulation governing the conduct of elections, your rights and your standing in an election are tied to where you are registered. You vote in your constituency. Your electoral participation, your formal role as a stakeholder in a specific election, is defined by where your name appears on the voter register. Wike's name does not appear on the FCT voters register. He is, in the most technical and legally precise sense of the term, an outsider in today's election. He cannot vote in it. He had no legitimate basis to be conducting inspection at polling unit as though he were an official participant in the process. Wike is out there trying to intimidate INEC officials. For a council election, this one is generating a volume and intensity of attention that will be remarkable for a gubernatorial race, let alone a local government contest. Council elections in Nigeria occupy the lowest rung of the electoral ladder. They are, under normal circumstances, exercised in predictability. The party that controls the state or territory produces its candidates. The machinery of government ensures those candidates win, and the results are announced to the mild interest of the population that has long since stopped expecting council elections to mean anything. They happen, they are forgotten, life continues. But the Saturday FCT area council elections are operating on an entirely different frequency. Social media has been electric since the early hours of the morning, buzzing with a mixture of outrage, excitement, anxiety, and the particular Nigerian combination of cynicism and stubborn hope that emerges when people sense that something real might be happening. Videos of empty polling units have circulated alongside photographs of result sheets showing ADC leading by margin that nobody in the APC camp expected. The hashtags are climbing. It is so hot out there. Ordinary citizens who have never paid attention to a council election in their life are refreshing the IRF portal, arguing in comment section and sharing results from their ward. Why all of this? Because everyone understands at some instinctive level that this election is not really about who gets to run the Abuja Municipal Area Council for the next few years. It's about something much bigger. It is a test, a referendum on whether the opposition in Nigeria can organize itself effectively enough to take on the full weight of the federal power and state machinery in the most symbolically significant city in the country and win. The answer to that question matters enormously to the future of Nigerian democracy. And everyone who cares about the future is watching today's event with a focus and an intensity that no council election has ever commanded before. I am Avalanche Media, and I bring you the truth like an avalanche, fast, heavy, and unstoppable. Stay informed, stay ready, stay vigilant. If you like this video, Please help Avalanche Media to grow and reach wider audience. Subscribe to this channel, turn on the notification bell, smash the like button, comment your thoughts and share this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.